Well, hello there. Happy 4th of July on this special episode of Chef Ava Marie Happy Hour Pod, South San Francisco 4th of July edition. I am your host, Chef Ava Marie, and today we're going to celebrate with pet costume competition and all that and more. And there's going to be a parade today with all the city officials, so stay tuned and it's gonna be fun. And I'll show you behind the scenes of what they're gonna do to set up the vendors, how they set up their products. So come on, I'm gonna show you around, so stick around. Hey you guys, this is the South San Francisco Public Library's Learning Wheels. They're on the road to bring the learning to you. So kids, if you're at the 4th of July celebration of Independence of 250th, check it out. Get a free book to all these young children. And make sure you read during the summer off. So even if you're in summer school, you should read at all costs to get educated. So we'll be back in a bit. Stick around. Anna, what got you into working for Public Works?
I initially started at City of San Jose as an assistant environmental inspector, but I'm actually from South City, so I moved over here.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to do the shuttle services for our city of South San Francisco? Because I'm a writer of shuttle services.
Oh, I more so work with water quality, so I work at the water quality control plant.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, we don't really work in that kind of department, but we still work for the city of South San Francisco.
But the water control, does that make sure water's safe and healthy?
Yeah, so we treat all the water that goes to the storm, we work with both the storm drain and the sewer system. So anything that goes through your toilets or your sewer system comes to our water.
Thank you for celebrating 4th of July with the city. And, there's going to be a pet contest and all that good stuff. And, so we're lucky to have you guys here.
I'm really excited.
And then, where is your friend Gianna? Is she here?
Oh, I'm Gianna.
You're Gianna. Nice to you.
Yeah.
Where's Marissa? Okay, you want to be... Okay. She doesn't want to be on camera, so... Thank you. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, no problem.
Have a good day. And you guys are amazing.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. And look at that! Woo! Happy 4th of July! Mount Diego! Hi, Mister! My friend! Kevin Mullin! Hi, dearly! Congressman! He's the man, my friend! This is fantastical! It was Gene Mullin's baby boy. The South San Francisco Fire Tour. Let's see if we can see Miss Little Bortoli. Girl. The fire. Let's see. Where's Caitlin? Do I see you, Caitlin? Oh, yeah. Wow, that's cool. Look at that little boy. There we go. More fire crews. Very manic. Mark Nicholas! Marky Mark! Woohoo! And his little family and Amy Land! The Nicholas and the grandchildren! Oh! Hi! Hi, Mark Nicholas! Hi! Oh, Mayor Coleman, where's his mama? There's Mayor Coleman. Where's that mamacita? Oh, that's my Coleman. In that fire truck. And we got Eddie Flores in a police car. Hey! And don't forget, Laura, the city manager in the fire department paramedic, the car. Woohoo! That's our city officials, y'all. Happy 4th of July. Where's our podcaster, Rich Lee, the podcast host? Hello, Rich. I love you. The Women's Club, we love you, darlings. You guys are fabulous. Fabulous. We love you, ladies. We love you, ladies. Oh, the Kiani's Club, they represent. This is what my city represents. My home. STEM Wonderland by the Kianis. That's another organization. Wonderful. This is my wonderful guy. As we go along, we got the Italians, the mafias. It's called, look, Italian American Club. They do the bocces. Same here, the bocce men. Sister cities, the Girl Scouts. Hi, darlings. Hi, pretty girls. The Girl Scouts, the little Scout girls. Hi. Hi, darlings. And there's your... What's going on here? Oh, this is like... Come on, it's okay. What is going on here? That's so South City, let me tell you. From the chef podcast point of view. Where is going on here? I think we're missing the Westminster Manor Community Association. I'm just saying, you know, from the podcast point of view. Old Town. If not, it's okay. That's what neighborhoods are built for. Anyway, that was a great parade. So, amen.
Urban Search and Rescue truck in the parade. And great to share the podium with you, Mr. Mayor, Mayor Adiego. We owe you a debt of gratitude for your tremendous service to our city. The design of this city hall is no accident. When it was built in 1920, it was modeled on Independence Hall in Philadelphia, inspired by what the founders did there a quarter century ago, standing up and declaring their independence from tyranny and freedom from oppression. They pledged that those who govern would answer not to their own interests, but to the public's interests. They promised to build a country where the people are not bound by the will of the powerful, rather the powerful are bound by the people's law. We have kept that promise. The hands that built this city were immigrants from everywhere across the world, from Italy and Ireland and the rest of Europe, from China and Japan, the Philippines and Mexico and the Basque region and every continent on earth. Our diversity was never the exception to the American promise. It is the promise. We began as ranch land and stockyards. We became the industrial city. Those letters on Sign Hill are a resume. When tyranny threatened the world, 15,000 of our neighbors, many of them women at the welding torch, built 48 ships at the Bay and helped save democracy from fascism. And the same square mile of slaughterhouses became the birthplace of biotechnology, where today diseases our grandparents could only fear are cured. Ranchers, packers, welders, scientists, our town, 4 acts, proof of the whole wager of self-government the founders envisioned. Give ordinary people liberty and a fair chance, and the ordinary can become extraordinary. So today, wave your flags, celebrate your city and your country, and carry some pride up Grand Avenue in the shadow of our own small Independence Hall, knowing the great experiment those founders began is still alive, and yes, it is being tested in ways the founders could never have fully imagined by those who seek to divide us, deny access to economic opportunity, or limit the power of the people to choose their leaders at the ballot box. Yet in spite of those challenges and the many this country has overcome in its 250-year history, we are here today to declare that the promise of American democracy will be kept. God bless you, South City, and God bless the United States of America.
Yeah.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful day. And now, I believe it is my honor to begin a formal reading of the Declaration of Independence in Congress, July 4th, 1776. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. Thank you, South City. All right, South San Francisco, I'm Vice Mayor Mark Nogales.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
But when a long train of abuses and usurpation and pursuing invariably the same object invices a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide a new guard to their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and is such now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpation, and all having direct object the establishment of absolute tyranny over these states. To provide this, let facts be submitted to a candid world. He has refused his assent to laws the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodations of a large district of people unless those people will relinquish their right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
Happy 4th. My name is Flora Nicholas and I represent District 3. He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with manly firmness his invasions on the rights of the people. He has refused for a long time, after such dissolutions, to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise. The state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within. He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states for the purpose of obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others to encourage their migrations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of lands. He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judiciary powers. He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries.
Happy 4th, everyone. My name is James Coleman, City Council for District 4.
Hey, James.
He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of officers to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us, in times of peace, standing armies without the consent of our legislatures. He has affected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts of pretended legislation, for quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they could commit on the inhabitants of these states, for cutting off our trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example and fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies.
Woo, Coleman. Eddie, woohoo.
Happy 4th of July, South City. Feliz 4 de Julio. I'm Eddie Flores and I represent District 5 on the City Council. For taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our government. For suspending our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us. He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coast, burned our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny, already begun with circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in the most barbarous ages and totally unworthy the head of civilized nation. He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas, to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands.
Yeah, amen.
Happy 4th of July, South City. I am Frank Risa, your city treasurer.
Hi, Frank.
He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us and has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers, the merciless Indian savages whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions. In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant is unfit to be a ruler of a free people. Nor have we been wanting in attentions to our British brethren. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by the legislature to extend an unwarrantable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our emigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations, which would inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence.
Woohoo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Mark Arriago.
Yeah, Mark.
And finally, in conclusion, this Declaration of Independence for 250 years remains the true promise of America. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and sanguinity. We must therefore acquiesce in our necessity, which denounces our separation, and hold them as we hold the rest of mankind, enemies in war, friends in peace. We therefore, the representatives of the United States of America in General Congress assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do in the name and by authority of the good people of these colonies solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are and of right ought to be free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that as free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and do all other acts and things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge each our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. God bless America.
Thank you for joining me at the South San Francisco 250th anniversary special. I am Chef Favorite Marie. Until next time, let's celebrate food, family, community, and tradition from saucy to perfection with love, and happy 4th of July. Bye-bye.